What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with Pahlish's 90s Fantasy Collection. This is a 6-piece set. These are currently on pre-order, so let's dive right into the swatches. First up is Heartthrob. This is described as a deep rose jelly packed with red to orange to green shifting flakes. So this has a very, very jelly formula to it. It is on the thinner side in terms of how it's going to build on your nail, and there is a very strong squishy factor to this. So I'm going to suggest going in very light on your coats just to prevent any over buildup, and doing so will allow you to have more flakes on the overall finish. So again, 3 thin coats is perfect. Now I want to describe this type of red as absolutely a deep rose. There's a bit of a fall sort of vibe, almost like a dusky feeling happening with this particular shade of red. It's not overly bright per se, but it definitely has a touch of this muted look to it. So very interesting, and I think it's perfect going into the transition for the season. This does dry down quite flat, so you're going to want to finish off with a really good glossy top coat. And next is Nova. This is described as a bright coral jelly with dense orange to gold to green pigment. This is very, very pretty. So the shimmer is really strong here. In person, it's going to give you this lovely golden sort of orangey glow, and at angles you're easily going to see this gold and green come out to play. Now for opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats. Now I started off real thin on that first coat, and then I went in just a touch heavier on the second coat, and I personally thought it gave me excellent coverage, but depending on how you polish, you might want to go in for 3 thinner to lighter coats. Just definitely going to depend on your preference. This one also dries down quite flat, so again, I'm going to suggest a really good glossy top coat. And next is Of the Unicorn. This is a neon green with iridescent aqua to green flakes. So this one is what I would consider more crelly-like than, say, Heartthrob, that first flaky I showed you guys, in that this is absolutely a true neon. It's very vibrant, a true slimy sort of green in person, but it does dry down heavily on the flat and matte side. So I didn't have any problems in terms of texture per se, but I can see this one being a touch thirsty for your top coat, and you might need to reapply top coat after, say, a day or 2 of wear, or you might also want to finish off with maybe a glitter smoothing top coat underneath your glossy top coat, just to prevent that and give you that extra glossy finish, because again, you can kind of see it between my coats just how harsh this one dries down, and you'll be good to go. And I think it just helps to bring out that nice pond effect for those flakes. And next is Pegasus. This is a pale blue with pink to orange to green shifting pigment. My personal favorite of the set, no surprise there, but also because the shimmer is, again, quite strong in this one. So indoor and bright lights, you're going to see this peachy sort of sheen to it, and at angles, there's a very obvious shift from orange to green. So quite a bit of this little minx on the shifty factor, especially in indoor and dimmed lights. It's really pretty. Now for opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats, with the caveat that if you have a prominent free edge, you're absolutely going to need to go up to 3 coats. As you'll see on myself here, I had perfect coverage at 3 coats, but if you're rocking shorties or you don't have a free edge of some sort, I could maybe see you getting away with 2 coats. But just be careful to not overwork this one, as it has a bit of a squishy factor to it, so you don't want to overbuild. And next is Hidden Realm. This is a neon yellow with aqua to green to blue pigment. This is my second pick in this set. It is very pretty, very unique, and I'm totally digging it. Now, I'm going to caution you guys, this is very much a true bright neon once again, and neon yellow pigments, in my experience, can be a little tricky. They can also be a little streaky. So on Hidden Realm, I'm going to strongly caution against overworking it. Go in light on your coats, go in very delicate, if you will, on your brush strokes to prevent any sort of dragging or balding. You can kind of see I almost did that on my second coat there. And when you go in thinly, it's going to allow that slow, gentle buildup. Now, you're going to see just a touch of patchiness on that third coat there, but when I went in with a glossy top coat, it kind of forgave everything. So definitely one to be careful of, but it's absolutely worth it, because this is what I would consider a true neon highlighter yellow with a touch of a lime undertone, and that blue shimmer is very pretty. And finally, we have Talking Sword. This is a holographic flake topper with scattered pale gold and silver holographic glitters. So I'm being extra. Once again, I do enjoy wearing toppers on their own, typically at 2 coats. So that's exactly what I did with Talking Sword. As you can see on the first coat, it's going to give you really nice flaky payoff with a touch of those somewhat medium to larger gold and silver glitters that are quite sparkly in person. And if you're going to wear it at 2 coats, I'm going to suggest going in for 1 light coat and a second coat using the topper method, and you'll get excellent payoff there. This gave me no trouble in terms of texture, so I did go in just a touch thicker on my top coat, but I still didn't have any issues with that, so I would suggest something a little thicker for whenever you top coat. Now, the 90s Fantasy Collection is currently on pre-order. You can grab them right now in the shop, and I'm going to link that below for you guys if you want to check it out. After the pre-order closes, I believe tonight, possibly tomorrow, I'm going to have all this information broken down in the description box. I'm voicing over multiple videos today, so I'm trying to get these out as fast as I can for you guys, but I'll have all of this information in the description box below, as well as linking you guys to the Facebook group if you want to see additional swatches. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.